is it possible for a build to have 5 skill tiers for ultimate utility, enough damage to kill enemies on legendary difficulty, and be able to survive the incoming damage? Why, yes, it is. Adapted from a previous build I had created, I felt that it was best to deal with the incoming modifiers seen in the PTS. From day one, not a bit of trouble, and when I started to acquire the passive modifiers, that's when things began to really get interesting. Though it's always been okay in group legendary content, it was unable to solo them because it couldn't one-shot the elite enemies without activating Headhunter first. With Cole the Weak and Tapper equipped along with the point-blank multiplier, I was suddenly hitting on a range of 23 mil to 58 million depending on the distance. Then with Reversal could flip the multiplier around if I were to get rushed. It was peak engineering that really changed the game. The constant decoys were enough in most cases to occupy threats. However, with the supercharged turret backing it up, it meant enemies like Warhounds that don't have heads were no longer going to be an issue. The only thing easier than playing the build is putting it together. Once you have the key exotics, the rest will come quickly. The single pieces of Hotshot and Breakpoint being the easiest to find. Paired with the Ninja Bike Messenger backpack, they are going to give us significant increases to MMR damage. Same with the one-piece Habsburg, bestowing both MMR and headshot damage thanks to the Ninja Bike. This one may be a bit tougher to find. You'll need to roll the core to a red, so you will need to find one ideally with skill damage and headshot damage already on the piece. Then the Chain Killer with Perfect Headhunter is going to take all that damage and ensure we can drop even the most tanky foes, all while providing some additional weapon damage and damage to armor from the brand. Try to get some skill damage on there if you can. Then Picaro's Holster, with the core rolled to a yellow and paired with the Ninja Bike. It will net us 3 skill tiers, which is why we're going to obviously use the tech specialization to get us to 4. And now you have a choice to make. Do you leave it at 4 and take the extra damage, or do you invest one other core to yellow so you can feel more confident in your skills? So personally, I take the 5th core when headed out solo. But when jumping into a group of 3 or more, you may find that you want to change out that yellow to a red real quick to compensate for the group damage mitigation. You'll have the Mantis in hand 90% of the time. You don't want to swap away or you'll lose your free decoy cooldown. So the exception, however, is typically on legendary missions. You'll get a room with all or mostly all Warhounds, mini tanks, and so on. Tapper is going to reduce your damage to almost nothing on these. If you have time, change out Tapper for By the Teeth temporarily. Using the test subject will get you some extra damage for you and your turret to help take down these threats. It's very easy to use this build. Even if you're not great at sniping, just make sure you're getting your one headshot and keeping the decoy up. The turret will pick up any slack. This is the result of building with balance in mind, by not focusing on just one thing, but instead all the synergies that can be applied. Because getting the most value out of each moving part of the machine is what makes a good build. Making sure that it has just enough damage to complete the intended content, and then invest into utility or survivability. In this case, both. Normally, I would end it here, but I would like to show some gameplay of what my typical experience has been in legendary group play. Joining on a random matchmaking group, I can see the group is in the white formation. So I instantly go for the decoy to take control of the ads. So then I get to work. Continuing to occupy and eliminate threats so that the squad can take position in the tunnel to down the tanks when they drop. As we pushed further inside, the squad quickly adjusted to my presence and began to move quickly. Then for some odd reason, our fearless party leader kept going down because he kept running past the decoy. Threat is largely generated by proximity. If you're closer than the decoy, then you are the decoy. Then after going down, yet again, he left the three of us to take back the arena.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud.
But it wasn't anything we couldn't handle. Despite missing a large part of the beginning of the mission, I took the stars for top damage and kills. Not bad for a shitty Mantis build as Mr. Minimum. And that is where we'll end it. Thanks for watching. Fade out.